Hello, welcome, comrades. There's an awful lot of internet out there, and it's my belief that there's enough Breadtube for everyone. So in the interest of passing on some of the love that my channel has received since it got started, I would like to mention and give shoutouts to about 14 different channels that I have recently really enjoyed. Part of how I came to this particular list is when I created my YouTube channel, I made a completely fresh Google account. So since I'm often on my own channel instead of the one that I've been using for 3 or 4 years to interact with YouTube, I have a completely new kind of algorithm that's tuned more specifically to what I've been watching lately than my older channel, which has a lot of different things in the algorithm and kind of gives me a bunch of different options. So a lot of these are channels that I have subscribed to again on that particular account because their recent work has been particularly cool. So 2 of the newest channels, and both of these at the time that I'm recording this, to the best of my knowledge, only have 2 videos. The first is Jet Cloud. Now, I've seen this guy in some live streams. I've got to know his energy. I've chatted with him a couple times online, and his first 2 videos are both very good. I haven't seen many people talking about the Democratic Socialists of America. It's something that once I educate myself a little bit more on it, I want to talk about more on this channel, and he has a good video on that on his channel as well. The other new channel that I would like to shout out is Eat Trash, Be Free. So I kind of love animal-themed channels. Who could have guessed? And this, I'm not entirely sure what kind of trash-eating mammal this is, but this is a really well put together channel. It's kind of simple at times, but it has a certain level of polish that I really only see in longer term channels. It's very good for a channel that only has 2 videos and under 100 subscribers. So check that out. I'm sure that their content in the future is going to remain excellent. So now let's talk about some smaller channels that have been around a little bit longer that you should get to know. And 2 of them that I want to kind of just cover really quickly, because a lot of you probably came here through Gushin's bump for my channel. So a lot of you have probably already seen the video where she shouts out 2 of these creators. So let me just give some love for the Swoletariat. In addition to helping smaller channels through live streams, he is currently in the middle of a Bad Takes series of videos, which looks at kind of the blind spots of the left and the way that our messaging has been ineffective in some ways. And I think that it's a good, thoughtful analysis. There's a lot of time and effort put into his takes on this, so worth watching. And Damian Garcia, I think that Damian Garcia fills a really important niche in LeftTube, and that is leftist Christians. And to some of you, that may seem like a completely foreign idea because so many Christians nowadays, it seems, are very conservative. And I think that encouraging this community helps grow the Christian community in a very positive way. And I think that it helps break down some negative stereotypes to see actual leftist Christians in the media. Other channels I would like to shout out. I am going to butcher this. I'm terrible at Spanish, but you know what? I'm just going to put it on the screen. This is a great channel if you are bilingual, if you speak Spanish. This is probably even better channel for you. That being said, there are subtitles, so if you don't know Spanish, you can watch that way. Also, several of the videos are in English as well. So this is a really good channel for understanding some issues that might be outside of the bubble that we usually, as kind of white bread LeftTube, exist in and think in. So this is a good channel for breaking out of that bubble and seeing kind of a broader Breadtube. Jose's channel does a lot of interesting left-wing reaction videos. The topics can be spread around a little bit, so it's kind of hard to pigeonhole Jose's content into one particular thing or one particular category within Breadtube, but that also means that you're going to get a good diversity of ideas from this channel. Finally, Curio. I cannot believe that this guy has under 3,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. This is a really good channel. It's longer form video essays. If you like H Bomber Guy, you're probably gonna like Curio quite a bit. There's a lot more emphasis on video games in this channel, but that's hardly all of the media analysis that Curio does. It is mainly kind of media analysis. There are a lot of video games, but there's also a lot of like really topical stuff that comes in as well. That I feel like it's all very well put together, and it's a channel that I am proud to recommend. Here's a list of some bigger channels that you are almost definitely aware of. I would assume if you are really very deep down into the rabbit hole, but if you aren't, if you are new to Breadtube, these are some of the creators that don't get mentioned in the like top 5, top 10 of Breadtube, but are some of the bigger and more consistent Breadtube channels. We have Non-Compete and Peter Coffin, and I want to mention these two folks together at the same time because they both are very revolutionary, they are both very outspoken, and they are both very much for putting something into action and organizing and stuff like that, and I really think that that's important. Both of these channels are also doing a lot to help smaller creators. Also, to bring Angie Speaks into this discussion as well. Angie Speaks and Peter Coffin are working on a small left tube incubator, which is awesome and an idea that I totally support. And Non-Compete has brought in a lot of smaller channels on streams, giving them exposure and giving them a much needed bump. So kudos to all three of those creators for practicing what they preach. Renegade Cut. A lot of you have probably heard of Renegade Cut, but the videos are so well put together, and the messages, and like some of them have completely changed the way that I've thought about certain movies in a really refreshing way. And if you like movie review channels and you're looking for a kind of a leftist themed one that has some really good messaging in it, then Renegade Cut is a great place to go. And for my money, I feel like a lot of the editing and stuff, like everything about the quality of the channel is on par with those other movie review channels. It's very good. Some More News is an amazing channel. If you are not already subscribed to Cody Shody, just do it. It's like Jon Stewart when he gets really frazzled about something all the time, slightly more sarcastic. It may not surprise you to know that this whole show idea actually came from crack.com back in the day, where Cody talked about boars a lot. And of course, he still talks about boars every now and then, but mainly this is a politically focused channel. It's like if John Oliver gave less fucks and was more progressive. I want to give a shout out to 3 Arrows. 3 Arrows recently got taken down by YouTube for a period of time because they do a lot of videos that are focused in like German history and debunking historically inaccurate claims. And as I know through recent experiences, YouTube can be kind of unfriendly about that content right now. It might be kind of a scary time to be anti-fascist and trying to grow a YouTube channel, but I don't think that that means that we need to stop. The last channel I want to mention is Lindsay Ellis, and this is just because I saw a couple of people recently saying that they didn't realize that Lindsay Ellis was part of Breadtube. She is. Check out her content if you were holding back on it. So that's 14 channels that I have really gotten into lately. In addition to that, I want to throw a quick shout out to Enough for Everyone and Gushin for their help. I shouted them out in an earlier video, but I want to do it in this one as well. So I hope you find some new classics and new channels to watch, and remember that we can build a strong community here if we start putting into practice some of the things that we preach. Because ultimately, socialism should have the strongest community, because it is a theory very much about community. Alright, you know what to do by now. It's YouTube. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description.